Last year's tragedy at Appalachian High School shook Bartow County and the community of Winder to its core. But sadly, it's a pain all too familiar for the people in Newtown, Connecticut. It was there in 2012 where 20 children and 6 educators were killed in an attack at Sandy Hook Elementary School. It remains the 4th deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. From that horror formed a group working to train students and teachers to spot warning signs and prevent the next school shooting. With us now is Nicole Hockley, co-founder and co-CEO of Sandy Hook Promise. Her son Dylan was killed at Sandy Hook, that tragedy there. Nicole, welcome to the show, first of all.
Thank you for having me, Chesley.
And we appreciate you coming here. We know that this is a hard thing to talk about, but your strength really encouraging us here in Georgia. Take us back, if you can, the day in 2012 and how that all played out.
Well, that was a day, unfortunately, that I relive every day in my memories and in my nightmares of finding out that, both of my children were at Sandy Hook School the day of the shooting. My eldest survived, and my youngest, Dylan, was killed in his first grade classroom. And that shock and denial existed for quite a long time, and I'm still moving through the grief and the trauma after. But this is part of why I helped launch Sandy Hook Promise, to take all of my anger and pain and channel it into love and change to prevent these tragedies from happening elsewhere.
Talk to us about that mission, Sandy Hook Promise, right? Obviously the memory of your son guiding you through this. Talk to us about it.
Well, we're on a mission to end school shootings and keep all kids safe in their schools, homes, and communities. And the way that we do that is by training students and the adults around them how to recognize warning signs, but more importantly, how to take them seriously and act immediately and say something to a trusted adult or an anonymous reporting system. And we know that this model works. We have had thousands of mental health interventions, thousands of averted violence, thousands of averted suicides, and at current count, 18 planned school shootings that have been prevented as a direct result of our training.
Yeah, can't imagine how long it takes to even get over something like this. You've heard of what happened here at Appalachian High School. What do you say to the folks there who this is really still fresh on their minds?
Well, it will be fresh forever. I mean, the ripple effects of trauma don't go away. You continue to move through it. And as they approach the first year remembrance, this is probably a time of very heightened anxiety and concern. The firsts are always hardest. The first birthday miss, the first holiday seasons miss, the first remembrance. I always know that my emotions build up significantly and beforehand, and I find it harder to function. So my heart is with them right now, and I just want them to know that they will get through this day. There's a lot of resources and support available to them. We're always here to help in any way that we can, but it is just about continuing the journey forward, honoring the lives that were lost, and continuing to think about the lives you have going forward as well. You
mentioned that you trained students and teachers nationwide. How does that work in practice, and what kind of change do you see? Talk to me about that work in practice and what kind of change you see right there on the grounds.
Well, like this last year alone, we've trained over 8.9 million kids in their schools, and they've participated in our programs that's teaching them how to create connection within classrooms, because a lot of trauma and violence comes from feeling disconnected. So starting with hello, reaching out and being inclusive to each other, but also then really how to recognize warning signs of someone who could be escalating down a pathway of violence towards, self-harm or harm to others, and how to then take that seriously. We do a lot of role modeling, we do a lot of training, and then we work with the school team and local law enforcement to ensure that there is action that can be done once the training has taken place. And this really works. We also really work hard on youth-led student clubs so that students have agency and a voice in what safety means to them and what they want to see in their school. So that's kind of what we do. And then we back everything else up with our policy. And we were super proud to work with Georgia's legislation on HB 268 and really providing mandates for suicide prevention training, violence prevention training, anonymous reporting systems, and youth-led clubs, all the things that we do so well. And we just stand ready to partner with any school district and provide our no-cost programs so that they can help prevent future tragedies as well.
Yeah, I got about 20 seconds with you here. Talk to me about the lessons that you can talk to the people here in Georgia about what you learned and others have endured in Sandy Hook.
I've definitely learned that we need to recognize the warning signs and take action. We can't just ignore them. We need to provide law enforcement with more tools on how to deal with someone who is not breaking the law yet, but is showing signs of crisis. And I also need to know that we need to have compassion all the time with each other and with ourselves as we continue to navigate forward.
Nicole Hockley, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your insight. Really appreciate what you're doing for our communities across the nation.
Thank you.
All right.